So this will create huge amount of employment for youth, and this will make India one of the largest AI services hub for the entire world. This will also bring huge productivity gains for every sector in our economy, whether it is agriculture, healthcare, education, manufacturing, transportation. Everywhere technology and especially AI-enabled solutions will be used to bring about productivity gains.
Right, Mr. Vaishnaw, you comprehensively articulated for us the 4 measures that have been taken for IT services and for the electronic manufacturing sector. Let me pick up on that 22-year window that you spoke about that's been given to investors who want to set up data centers in India. Now, how should we understand this to be operationalized? Are there any caveats or conditionalities that will be linked to being able to avail of that 22-year tax-free period, sir?
Already we are seeing huge investment and very significant interest from every global major as well as Indian corporates. If you look at all the IT services providers, whether the big 4, Infy, TCS, Wipro, Tech Mahindra, whether it's them or whether it's the infra service providers, all of them are making plans for investments on a very large scale in the data center economy. And the way the talent pool in India is available, we are the 2nd largest AI talent pool in the world as far as the Stanford study and Stanford index goes. So this kind of talent pool can provide AI services to the entire world. So that's why this huge interest in setting up data centers. I would also like to point out the multiplier impact of these data centers. Already with the announcement of about $90 billion investments in data centers, we are seeing huge interest in manufacturing data center servers and the ATMP services for the chips and customizing silicon for utilizing in our data centers. That also is coming as a real possibility now with the Semicon 2.0. That will also become a major part of our growth. So you can very clearly see the country, our country, India, emerging as a major electronics, IT, AI services, data center and semiconductor hub in the coming times.
So, you know, you talked about Semicon 2.0, as did the finance minister in her speech. There isn't an allocation that has been provided for it yet. If you can lay out for us how much we should realistically expect over Semicon 1, what the needs will be, what the needs are likely to be, sir.
See, the semiconductor industry will be developed over a period of 20 years. It's a long-term growth plan that we have with us. And the first version made sure that we get some key marquee investors and we start developing the ecosystem. The second version of Semicon will be putting a huge focus on capital equipment which go into manufacturing semiconductors. And these are very, very complex equipment. I recently visited the ASML plant in Netherlands and requested them to look at India as a hub for the manufacturing. They haven't gone anywhere outside the Netherlands and they showed huge interest. They are sending a large delegation to India very shortly. Applied Materials, Lam Research, Tokyo Electron, Nikon, they are all looking at setting up their bases in India because of the large talent pool available and the clear policy framework of our government. So all these things combined will lead us to become a major semiconductor nation. In the Semicon 2.0, we'll also have a major focus on developing a design ecosystem which will set up the potential for large fabless companies coming out of India, large design companies coming out of India. We will be focusing on 6 major systems: the compute system, the RF system, the power management system, the network system, and the way the entire system on chip can be put in a complete package. So that kind of philosophy will help us create the building blocks by which any system, any electronics board, any electronics module, whether it goes into a missile or it goes into a ship or it goes into a train or in a refrigerator, all that can be manufactured in India. That's a very comprehensive thought process that we have.
Okay. You talked about that allocation of 40,000 crores for the electronic component scheme, sir, and I wanted to understand what that money is likely to now be used for. We already have the scheme in place. How do you intend to now deploy this capital for larger returns?
The response to the electronics component manufacturing scheme is huge. We were anticipating just about 50 or 55 applications to come. We have 149 applications, and we are seeing many of the components. India will not only meet its entire demand, it will also become a major global producer for these components. For example, PCB assembly, for example, capacitors, for example, the connectors, for example, photoelectronics. For many of the components, India will become a global supplier, and a large investment is coming in the components which go into mobile manufacturing, laptop manufacturing, server manufacturing, for example, battery packs. Battery packs, with the manufacturing that we already have received the applications, we'll be doing about 60% of our demand will be met out of India only. So with this kind of response and this huge response, humongous response we have received, it's time to match the funds with the response that we have. That's why the allocation has been increased from 22,000 crore rupees to 40,000 crore rupees, so that the 25 lakh employment that we have in electronics manufacturing can substantially grow in the coming days.
Okay, let me now move to railways, Mr. Vaishnaw, because that was another area the finance minister prioritized. 7 high-speed railway routes identified and presented to the public today by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. Again, I want to understand from you if you can give us a roadmap of what the next steps will be to operationalize this announcement, sir.
Absolutely. The success of Mumbai-Ahmedabad high-speed corridor is evident. The progress is very good. Next year we'll start the commercial operation. With this progress, the Chennai-Bangalore, Bangalore-Hyderabad and Chennai-Hyderabad, this southern triangle will create a huge economic impetus in the South Indian states of Karnataka, Telangana, Andhra, Tamil Nadu, Puducherry and Kerala. So this will be a major boost. Chennai-Bangalore will become 1 hour and 13 minutes only. Bangalore-Hyderabad will become 2 hours only. Chennai-Hyderabad will become a journey of just 2 hours and 55 minutes. So this will be substantial change in the transportation, in people's lives and in the economic activity in the South Indian states. Then comes the Mumbai-Pune corridor that will merge the two cities practically. It will be a 48 minutes journey between Mumbai and Pune, and from Pune to Hyderabad it will be a journey of mere 1 hour and 55 minutes. So that means Mumbai, Pune, Hyderabad will become another hugely successful economic corridor. And in North India, Delhi Varanasi will be just 3 hours and 50 minutes. So that means entire Uttar Pradesh, Delhi, cities like Lucknow, Agra, they'll all basically become one major economy in the coming years, and people will be able to seamlessly travel. Then Varanasi, Patna, Siliguri, that will be just 2 hours and 55 minutes. So that means the entire northern corridor from Delhi to Varanasi to Siliguri via Patna, Lucknow and many major cities, this will give a huge economic, tourism, education, healthcare boost to the entire citizens living in these areas. And overall these 7 corridors will basically attract about 16 lakh crore rupees of investment in 4,000 kilometers of high-speed corridors. So this is going to be a major game changer for our economy. Our Prime Minister has
but when will it become a game changer, sir? When will we start to see the execution? Sir, when will we start to see the execution on this front, sir?
We are already seeing the execution today itself. When we see the progress of the Mumbai-Ahmedabad, the trains are getting designed, the signaling system is getting rolled out, the entire construction is moving at a fast pace. So DPRs of all these projects will immediately start, and we'll see the progress at the same pace, at a very rapid pace that we have seen in the Mumbai-Ahmedabad corridor. Today our industry is also getting ready for this kind of large-scale projects, and the quality systems, the new construction methodologies, all these are getting set in our country with the progress of the first corridor.
Sir, one quick question on the railway capex, higher 10% in this budget over the previous one. If you could also lay out for us what the operating ratios look like as far as the railways are concerned and what the expectation is on that front.
So the railway budget is one of the actually the record number now, 2,78,000 crore rupees. And there will be a substantial amount going on to safety, where we have so far, with all the efforts that have been put in, we have been able to increase safety by 95%. And this will significantly improve the safety, comfort. New generation of trains will come with about 160 Vande Bharat services already in place. That will substantially increase now with about 35,000 kilometers tracks constructed in the last decade. That will substantially increase with this capex budget, and a new dedicated freight corridor will be started between Bengal and Gujarat. Dankuni and Bengal will be the point where the corridor starts. Dankuni, so Bengal, Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, and Gujarat. That will be the path of this 2,052 kilometer long new freight corridor, dedicated freight corridor. Both the eastern and the western freight corridors are already saturated. They are running at full capacity now. 400 trains per day they are taking, and India has become already the second largest freight carrying railway in the entire world, surpassing US at 1.6 billion tons per annum. So all these factors, and we are now bringing the railways back to profitability. So last 4 years we have had consistent, very small but consistent profit, and that kind of thing should continue going forward with a healthy operating ratio and healthy capex and huge focus on safety and maintenance. Very, very significant focus on safety and maintenance. That will bring about a major change in the lives of the people who use railways, especially the middle classes and the low income families.
Mr. Vaishnaw, let me end by asking you, I would have continued, sir, but I know that we're short on time today and you have a lot more to do. But let me end by asking you about the data center issue. One of the concerns that's being raised is that since this involves foreign companies getting, companies getting tax breaks to be able to service foreign companies, data localization norms across different jurisdictions differ and vary, and in some cases are quite stringent. Do you see that as being a deterrent?
Absolutely not. Our DPDP Act is appreciated throughout the world. In fact, so many people in Davos have already said it so many times that this should be. I'm saying.
No, I'm not talking about our localization norms.
Because of this. No, Shireen, your question is about the trust in our data policy, right?
No, I'm saying the data policies of other nations, will that perhaps come in the way of foreign companies wanting to set up data centers to do business for foreign companies out of India?
Precisely. That is why I was answering that our DPDP has set up a very, very strong and robust framework, which is appreciated all over the world today. With that kind of legal framework in our country, every other country is very comfortable working in India. They trust our architecture, they trust our legal system, and that is why this huge interest, which is already visible, as I said, $70 billion investment already committed and started going into the construction phase. 90 billion is the total number which is already visible, and that number might go significantly more after today's announcement. Because one, India is trusted, two, its legal regime is very well understood, highly appreciated, and three, because the talent pipeline is here.
Mr. Vaishnaw, we would love to speak more with you, sir, and I hope that you will give us time, post the budget frenzy, because there's plenty more to talk about as we talk about the nuts and bolts of each of these very significant decisions that the Finance Minister has made in the budget. But truly appreciate you joining us here today for a very comprehensive look ahead, look forward into what these policies will mean on the ground. Appreciate your time.